Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to this live stream where we are going to meet an amazing personality. The man who has been performing tremendously well recently has become one of the best players in the world because the last time we met, he was in his 2600s and now he's 2730. He finished second at the Generations Cup. So, tremendous performance there. And, guys, how do you like the thumbnail that we've made here? And we are right on time because Arjun was right on time, very punctual as well. So people are saying thumbnail OP. Okay, fantastic. And also, just before I get him on the screen, this is where Arjun is. If you look at that, he's world number 19, rated 2731.6. He won the Abu Dhabi Masters recently. He has performed tremendously well at the Generations Cup and has many achievements to his credit. So and today we are also going to look at his games, analyze with him, and also take some questions that have been asked by you guys in the community tab. So thank you all for sending in the questions. Uh, Newsletter says Arjun is Bahubali of chess, compassionate yet warrior on the board. Okay, on that note, it's a good time to invite our guest, Arjun. Hello, Arjun.
Hello. Hi.
How are you doing?
Great, great. Everything is good.
Arjun, it's so nice to see you here because we see you all the time in this frame whenever you play online. But today we can talk to you.
Yeah, and today my posture is different.
Today you look relaxed.
Yeah, usually it's just this.
or this, or this. We've gotten used to all your poses now. So Arjun, how are you feeling? Are you exhausted? Are you feeling? You look quite relaxed.
Yeah, I am quite relaxed.
The tournaments haven't been like heavy on you, like you played so many years.
Not really, because most of them are online, so I just can play from home and it's not so hectic.
Hmm. So it was not this Generation Cup didn't take away too much of your energy.
No, in fact, I enjoyed it a lot.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Okay. We want to know a bit more about it. People are saying in the chat, your smile is awesome. Arjun, whenever something is not done often, its value is very high. So whenever you're playing, your smile is so rare. Once a stream or something like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you watch these videos at some point where you have won or something like that?
Once in a while, but not so often. My parents do watch a lot.
Ah. So they like to watch the highlights, or do they watch highlights or the live streams?
Oh, they watch the clips.
The clips. Fantastic. We had I actually recently spoke with your parents, and that was also a very nice interaction, and got to know so many things about you, which we didn't know. So, Arjun, let's go and check a few of the games. I wanted to talk to you about the Generation Cup that you played. Firstly, how was your overall experience of playing it? Did you feel like you played really well? You finished second. Uh, yes, the finals was a little bit not to your taste. So, has that left a bitter taste, or you are happy overall?
Okay, overall, it's definitely something to be happy about in such a strong field which had Magnus, Anish, Duda, Levon. It it's a great feeling to finish second. And secondly, I think on 2 days or 3 days I did not perform well. So the fourth day of the preliminaries, the final day, I think I was already a bit too relaxed because I
You
already
had made it.
qualified.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that was one bad day. And in the finals, the the second day was, I think it was just pathetic, the quality. First day it could have been better, but I felt like I learned a lot from Magnus.
Hmm.
And overall, despite losing, it was a great experience, I would say.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we want to know more about your experience of playing Magnus and also the games. But which was your favorite game from the entire event, from the preliminaries, knockouts, everything? And we can begin with that one.
Yeah, I have one in mind. It's my game against Navara.
Oh, this one.
Very first
Oh,
day.
yes. Let me get that up because I also like that game a lot. Um, and guys, we will be asking you some questions from Arjun's game so that you can also try to answer them. And okay, so let's get here. This is your game with Navara. I think a very critical moment of this game, you are black, came somewhere around here.
Yes, so the thing is, this game, he was spending a lot of time in the opening. And generally, maybe it's not a good thing, I don't know, but whenever my opponents take a lot of time, I play very fast. So I was just playing on my intuition, and I intuitively blitzed out bishop e8
Hmm.
and missed his next move.
Oh, you missed it.
Yeah, I missed it at first.
Okay. So the next
And
move that he played here was knight d5.
correct.
Hmm. And
So at
e7
first,
is hanging.
yeah, so at first I thought I was just worse. And after spending some time, I realized that I had this cool resource.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. So you took, and guys, this is where Arjun played a beautiful move. So you need to think, what does black play here? And then Arjun can tell us how he came to this move, because I was looking at it, Arjun, and usually, when I'm commentating, I have the engine on, and I was like, okay, I see the best move here, but it looks very tough to find it. It's not easy, because there are many other moves also possible.
Yeah, that's there, but it's more like a desperate times, desperate measures situation.
Hmm.
If not for this move, I think black is losing some material.
Right. So let's see what our chat has come up with. But which one, guys? Which rook is the question? Maybe Arjun, we can give it to them, yeah?
Yeah, I think we can.
Okay, we can give that point to them. But guys, you have to mention which rook comes to c5.
Oh,
Is it rook 4 c5 or rook 8 c5? But all those who have said rook 8 c5, Aradhya, Shreyas, Chess D, and Prajwal, well done, guys. This is the correct move. Arjun, tell us how were you able to get this?
yeah, so the point is that if I don't do this,
Hmm.
he was threatening to play c3 followed by b3,
Right.
and that just traps my rook. So at first I was thinking to go rook a4, but it felt a bit too artificial, didn't feel correct.
Hmm.
So then I thought maybe I should just try to sack an exchange, get some compensation and play. And then rook 4 c5 struck my head first. But here the problem is that after take and knight moves, oh
Pawn
no,
takes. Yeah.
yeah, here it just didn't seem convincing because my rook is not so well placed on c5, c8.
Correct.
So then I came up with rook 8 c5.
Hmm. And you found this move, and then you took back knight b3, bishop b2, and here you had good compensation for
Yeah,
that.
in fact, here queen e2 was the only move for him not to get worse, which he found.
Hmm. Because if rook b1, you had bishop e5.
Yeah, bishop e5, the other bishop goes to b5. His king is quite weak.
Correct.
My rook is very active and I have great compensation.
Correct. So queen e2, you played bishop b5, queen e7, takes, and then the game went on. Uh,
Yeah, there was one other interesting moment in
Correct.
just one more actually.
Here only, yeah.
Yes,
Okay, d6,
this
rook
was a very important move again.
rook d4. Ah,
Yeah. This is what he missed, I believe.
because if he takes, then his rook is hanging,
Correct.
and if you don't find this, then you're not winning.
Yeah, maybe I'm even worse.
Hmm. I also like this moment, but first I want to know whether this rook endgame, how would you assess it? Because he was able to, get his rook behind the pawn. Do you think it's winning for you?
Yeah, at first I thought it was just completely winning,
Hmm.
but only after the game I checked with the engine and it turned out it's not as simple as I thought.
Acha. But it's
Yeah,
it's like this typical drawing, like three pawns on each side and then one extra pawn.
yeah, but the thing is that is with the pawn on f2 so that the king wouldn't be cut. And here it's like the worst some circumstance for white to be in.
Hmm.
So I thought I would just get my pawn to a3, then bring my king slowly. But he has some counterplay with g4, and he can also try to bring his king to the queen side with king e1, d1, c1.
Right.
So it's not as simple, but objectively it is winning.
So this is winning position. You checked it later.
Yeah, and there was one interesting moment. So in 2 to 3 moves.
Yes. G4, king f8, rook a7,
Oh yeah. So
a3.
instead of rook a7,
Hmm.
I just checked with the computer. Rook a5 is the best move. A3
Uh-huh.
and now rook a7. So this position, if it's white to move, it's lost.
Oh,
So black has to triangulate basically.
but
So
but you can play king e8, no?
yeah, king e8, king e1 is it in.
Ah, but then the same thing that happened in the game
Yeah,
doesn't
it
come.
doesn't work. There is a flaw.
But what is the difference?
I think just that my king is
Cut off.
farther.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So here, how do you win then?
Yeah, so the point is instead of going king e8, black has to triangulate with, I don't know if it's king g8 or g7, but maybe let's say g7,
Okay.
king g1, king g8. Oh no, wait, this
He
doesn't
can
make
give a
sense.
check, no? That's why.
Yeah. So maybe king g8 first instead of king g7,
King g8,
king g1,
king g1, king g7.
king f1, king f8. Yeah, this one was very important.
And now you can do what you did in the game.
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, here's your next question. After a3 king e1, what is the move that Arjun played here, which was very special? Very nice move they played. It must have been nice, no, making this move on the
Yeah,
board.
it felt nice, but I didn't realize it was like the best move. I thought there would be several other wins.
Uh, but there are other wins also in this position.
There are, but they get tricky. Like it's not so clean.
Hmm. Okay, let's see how they did. Okay, rook h2 is the move that many of you want to play. Arjun, is that possible?
Okay. I don't think it wins because rook a3. So the hg, fg, rook h4, something like this. I guess they want.
Yeah,
But white can protect the pawn with rook g3.
yeah,
Yeah, even rook a4.
because f5 there is rook a8.
Yeah.
Got it. So this is not the best move, guys, but the right move here after king e1 is g5, as mentioned by Rishi, Chess D, Shri Prasad, Gattu, Sudeep, Kacham, Huzaifa, Money Chess, and Roshan Rider. Well done. And this is a very typical idea, Arjun, in such positions.
Yeah.
And after this, it's just winning for you.
Yeah. Correct. I just get two passive points and he can stop both.
Amazing, amazing. And he continued GH. You took here, and your king was near, so it could stop
Yeah.
it. Beautiful. Yeah, so this was your favorite game from the event. Let's go through some of the games that I had actually taken some critical moments from the games. Not the entire games, but shall we do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So the first one is your first round game. against Magnus. That was. Were you like warmed up? Did you feel a little bit under pressure facing Magnus round one itself?
No, I thought it was a good thing because let's say I was facing Magnus in the last zone and win gives me a qualification or something like that. It would be a tricky situation to be in. So no matter what happens, I thought it's a good thing to face Magnus in the very first round.
Right.
But I think I was a bit careless around this point. Maybe I was not enough warmed up.
Yeah, I think Magnus had this strategy with you to play these systems. Yeah, these
Yeah,
perk modern type.
yeah, and it paid off very well for him. I think I should check this a bit more.
Right. When you played e5, he played b4. I was actually very surprised with your decision to go knight b1. I mean, why did you go back? You could go knight a4, knight e4.
Yeah, so firstly, when I played e5, that was a very careless move. I totally missed b4.
Ah, you missed it. Okay.
Yeah, and after seeing b4, uh I thought I should try to like keep everything together because if I go like knight e4,
Hmm.
uh I just wasn't sure because I felt okay. Firstly, I should be willing to give up a pawn here. Maybe he cannot take it, but
Yeah, you mean d this one.
yeah, like knight e4, f e4, d bishop e5.
Ah, but that would be too risky, right?
Perhaps, yeah. I know I get great
Yeah.
compensation. Maybe I could have gone there.
Hmm.
Uh, Honestly, I'm not sure why I went knight b1. It just came intuitively to me, but turned out to be a very bad move.
Because then he just got free play, yeah, throughout like the
Yeah.
in the game, and he managed to win this very well. So that was the start was not particularly great, but then came this, how many, 5 wins in a row,
Yeah.
and this was tremendous. But I want to talk about the next game that you played with Adhiban, which was amazing game, because I think it was filled with so much stress and tension here.
Yeah.
Firstly, this decision to take on c3 in this Grunfeld, is that preparation or
Yeah, this was preparation until queen takes d5.
okay?
So I knew I'll do it.
But somehow it felt like Adhiban's position was easier to play, no?
Probably, but it just has the position just has a lot of imbalances, and that's what I was looking for in this rapid format. So,
Hmm.
so I
Your
just
bishop is missing and your king is a little weak, and doing this with Adhiban is always risky.
yeah, that is there, but I'm up a pawn, and no, I just thought it's playable. Objectively, it's equal after all.
Correct, correct. And I think Adhiban played beautifully. Yeah, he found
Yeah,
this
he
move
played
bishop
very well.
c7,
Yes.
and when you did this, he played queen f4, bishop h3, takes, bishop b6. I think here when he took on e7, which was fantastic move, rook f5, again queen d4, amazing move by him, rook h5. Were you? Uh, did you feel like you're losing here, or you felt okay? It's just normal.
Yeah. So the thing is, it it felt like there should be something for him.
Hmm.
I spent maybe 1.5 minutes on the previous few moves, and I didn't really see anything. So I thought I should go ahead with it, especially considering the fact that he has very little time. And it paid off. And also the win, I think it's extremely difficult to find because
Really?
it's not just one move; it's a series of a sequence of three moves. So
But let's say like queen, you played rook d5, and
yeah,
now guys, what is the defensive move here for white that Adhiban could have found? I think it's that move, and then he's winning, right? Or there is still more to be found
oh
after that.
no, there is still more.
Oh,
When I
okay.
played Rook H5, I actually saw this move,
Acha, you saw it.
but I missed the final move in the line.
Ah, okay, okay. Interesting. Let's see what our chat comes up with, because Adhiban had here very little time. He had like 10,
Yeah, he was
15 seconds.
second. Yeah.
So it was a very good practical decision by you also. And let's see. Okay, fantastic job, guys. Rook b1. Satyam, Jaden, Disha, Shri Prasad, Tarun, Chess Genius, Rubik's, Priti, Sanchit, Tanishk. Arjun, I saw slightly like good chat is finding the moves. So you
Yeah. And this
okay.
is yeah. So the point is, I saw the B1 and I thought I can give Queen H5 check.
Check, yes.
Yeah, G4.
Only move, yeah. Otherwise, you lose the queen.
Yeah, Queen G5. And I thought this is good for me, but there is one brilliant move here.
Oh, I thought queen e3 can be. Oh, no, queen
But
e3.
then he would lose a knight.
Rook c5 is hanging. Guys, what is the move here? This is something we did not analyze during the live stream also. So even I was not aware. White to play. Chess D is very romantic here. He's saying, and many others, they all want to go knight e6.
Yeah, this unfortunately doesn't work, I think. Yeah, it doesn't.
Guys, knight e6 is the main move that people have suggested, but Vaibhav Raut, Rubik's Cube, Tanishk, and Gattu Saideja, I think Arjun knight e4 is correct.
Yeah, knight e4 is the move that actually wins. Knight e6, the problem is I can give a check on e5, queen e5 or rook e5.
Oh, nice. Otherwise, it would have won.
Yeah, otherwise it also works.
Okay, very pretty. And after knight e4, queen g4 again. There is still more, yeah, to go.
Yeah, but I think once if white sees knight e4, then f3 and queen f2 would be seen easily.
Wow, wow. So not easy, not easy. I thought only
Yeah,
rook b1 had to be found, but g4, knight e4.
and knight e4 is the key move, I think. Especially the point is it not only attacks the black queen, but it also blocks the check.
Correct.
Queen takes c7 is no longer a check.
Right. That was very cool. Okay, going to the next game because this was very well played.
But that was a really nice puzzle, I think.
The,
3 more long puzzle.
yes, yes, yeah, some very nice moves here. Actually, I think after every Champions Tour event, there can be a nice compilation of puzzles because it's rapid. There are always some beautiful moves that are missed, found, and so on. Okay, so this one is you versus Quang Liem, and tremendous. By the way, a very interesting opening played by you. I think not very common to go knight d2 and so on.
Yeah, I just briefly checked this and I made all the natural moves for black and I just got worse. Like I was playing with the computer. So I thought this could be a decent
Correct. So,
and he played it pretty much the way I did.
because this is how usually the
Yeah,
e4
it's his
e5 players play. And there was one more game which had reached this position. I saw in the database. And it was, I'll tell you which one it was. It was Ivanchuk versus Dragonev.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So check, bishop c3 here. And then we came to this position. He has played c5 here. And I thought like you would go h5 here, but
Yeah,
you
but
decided bd2.
initially my intention was to go h5, queen f4, bishop d2, take. He moves the rook, maybe to d8, and something like b5. I thought I should be better, but I didn't think I can mate him or anything. Like it would be a long game, but I was in like let's go mode. So I just wanted to mate him.
So
So I
you
want,
said now no more queen f4 check, h5 is coming.
yeah,
Okay. He went d3, h5, and I think he found some good moves here.
yeah. Until a3 it was all good.
Here there is a mate, so you went here a3. Now there's a mate here, bishop c1. And did you miss his next move or how was it?
The one which he played in the game.
No, the one which is better for him.
I saw the first move, but I saw something for me and I thought it's okay,
Okay.
but I missed the second one.
Okay, guys, let's see. Black to play here. What is the move that you can find? Very interesting move for Quang Liem here.
There are two moves, right? Or the only one?
Uh, I think there's only one move that wins.
Okay.
Okay, a lot of people now joining in and giving their thoughts. Everyone wants, oh, Queen E4, but just BD3, yeah?
Yeah.
So not Queen E4, not D2. Actually, I think no one has found the move, yeah, Arjun?
I think some people made a typo.
Ah, oh, that must be just one. Vinod Chavan. Vinod Chavan wanted to play Rook A4, and I think this is the only move. Which other move, Arjun, you think is also dangerous
Uh,
for you?
I thought Rook B8, doesn't it work?
Ah, Rook B8. Maybe you can now play this move, right?
Yeah, and maybe it's just not so effective now. Yeah.
Because he's not in time for like
Right.
your.
Yeah.
So
So in the game,
Rook A4,
yeah, I thought I can do the same here.
take.
Yeah. He has some,
Ah,
I think Queen F4.
correct. Because if he takes the bishop, then you just mate him.
Yeah.
What a crazy position, no?
Yeah, exactly. You first insert Rook A4 to provoke Bishop takes A3 so that I no longer have this diagonal.
Ah.
You try to trade off the queens.
And once the queens are traded, then black is okay. Like he's not in danger.
Yeah, and especially because my bishop on A3 and B4 are a bit loose.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah. So this was a defensive chance for him, but
yeah,
he took on C4. Sorry.
Queen F4 was very nice.
Correct. And now Arjun went in with a very nice move, Rook D3, Bishop A6, and H G6. I mean, your attack simply spoke for itself. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just crashing through.
I think when he played Bishop A6, he thought after Hedge he can take on B4. This is
Yeah.
what I think. And here the most natural move is Rook B3. But this actually is just a zonal because Queen E4, King A1, Queen D4 is a perpetual.
Ooh,
So, but it after Queen takes B4 check, I can just go King A1 and there are no checks.
amazing. You were very quick to spot all the tactical options here. So this is winning. And if the takes king a1 and f4. Yeah, fantastic. This was very tough because Quang Liem is a strong opponent and you were able to outplay him tactically.
Yeah, this was like I was going for his king, he was coming for my king. There was just no way that it would end in a draw.
Correct. So let's go to the next one was Navara game which we saw at the start. Then it was against Hans Niemann. And were you surprised that he played this move Queen A5?
Yes, I was quite surprised, but sometimes he does just make some silly errors. It happens to him.
You have played with him so many times, yes? I think
Yeah,
there is a nice rivalry that was between you and Hans.
yeah, a lot of games, and I lost a few, I won a few. I lost in classical all the time, and I won in rapid blitz all the time. So far.
Hmm. So, guys, what did Arjun play here as white? Hans' last move was Queen A5. And while they find the move, Arjun, do you have any thoughts of what is happening right now with Hans and everything around anything that you feel?
Um, no, I don't have much idea, but okay, I played him a few times. I interacted, and to me, he felt like a very strong GM, and especially practically, like he does make a lot of mistakes, but like his strength not just comes from his moves, but the speed at which he plays.
Mhm.
So I thought he's a very strong practical player, but I don't know. I don't have much idea to comment.
Correct. I remember your game with him in World Blitz. where he makes this quick move, and then you had seen one tactic ahead, and then he's surprised. It's a beautiful game, World Blitz 2021. And I also have it, like I commented on it, and we were there, so it was amazing. Knight d5, fantastic guys, well done. Aradhya, Arav, Aditya, Ashwini, Game King, Shivam, Chess D, Pratik, Mohammad, and Satyam Jha.
But
This,
actually, you know what? It's
oh,
more pieces to
oh yes.
yeah,
Actually, I asked it at a good time.
yeah, kind of.
So, Arjun, that means that the people who said B takes C6 are correct.
Oh yes,
Vinod, Satyam, Dipankar, Game King, Mohammed, John Paul, and Tanishq. Well done. Arjun caught the right move here. It is first to insert this. If you take here directly, isn't that as
yeah. This is also better for me, but at least he gets back the pawn. Like take, and CB5 then.
uh, hmm. So here it was better to first take, and then knight d5. Fantastic. And then, I mean, you won this game without any excitement, like just perfect. I thought, Arjun, your best game from this event was the next one. Like, this was my sort of favorite one because the
Yeah,
way
I would
you
say this is my second best from the tournament. I also loved this a lot.
the way you outplayed Levon, very tough to do it against a world class player like him.
Yeah.
The first critical moment for me was this: when you played this move g6, were you okay to give this pawn up?
Yeah, so Queen H6, I saw at least have knight D. Okay, knight D6 I was going to play for sure.
Stopping here and threatening rook h7 to trap the queen.
Yeah, so EFI is the only move.
Correct.
And here I saw that I at least have rook H7. Takes, king takes, F6, knight E6. And I thought I should be slightly better. And I was also looking at EFI, GFI.
Here, take.
It seemed very interesting. I actually didn't check with the computer yet. Uh, sorry. It's just stupid. I just realized. He can just go back Queen H5.
Yes, but that's the only move, yeah? Otherwise, you are better.
Yeah, I think so. I was looking at variations like Rook G1, Rook H7, Bishop D5 check, but none of them seem to be working.
Right. You can just move the king and you're
Yeah,
winning.
but of course he has Queen H5.
He can play here, sorry, queen h5 here and he's fine. So maybe you could take with the rook, possible.
No, this he can just go Bishop F3, I guess.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, maybe this is fine for him.
yeah, probably Rook H7 is the way then.
Right.
Instead of taking on.
So this was one, but he went back. He didn't take it. He went
Yeah.
back, and then came this moment where you found an amazing move. I mean, it's a logical move, but it just crushes him in the position. So guys, Arjun to move here, black to play. What do you do? What was the move that Arjun played? What is it about Levon that brings out the best in you? Is there something that you think in his playing style that he's creative? You also enjoy playing against a creative opponent?
Uh, I don't know specifically, but yeah, the point which you just made, he's very creative. He often sidesteps all the theory and just tries to get a game and outplay his opponent. And often in rapid, especially, I also try to do similar things. So, so maybe that helps.
Yeah. And look at this, yeah, like the chat is getting stronger. Everyone has written G5. So Vinod, Dhanai, Game King, Manas, Ambili, Vaibhav, Tejas, Anku, Devik, and Varun. Fantastic job, guys. G5 is tremendous move. And I think you knew that this is like you prepared it very well, bringing all the rooks and all.
Yeah, my last few moves were just based on preparing G5, Rook G8, Rook G7, King G1.
Right. And actually your finish was also very precise here. G4, knight e2, take on c1, take on f4. I mean, you played perfect. I think nearly perfect game this was.
Yeah, kind of. I loved my technique too. Even after rook f4, at first it seems like maybe it's not that bad and white has some chances to hold.
Because he can get bishop e4 and so on.
If if the king were on f2,
Hmm.
like without the h2 pawn. But now the king is just cut off, so it's just terrible for me.
So you just built this mating net and didn't let his bishop escape.
And
Nice.
here I could always liquidate it into a pawn endgame. Like for instance, instead of taking on f5, or let's say he took on g5,
Hmm.
uh,
Ah,
I can
you mean here if he
yeah,
takes, then after
g
this you can take,
I can just take and
and you're winning. Okay, tremendous. So guys, this was Arjun versus Levon. The saga continues. Then it was a draw against Prague. I think it was a relatively uneventful game. I mean, it was a
yeah.
nice game, but sort of balanced throughout.
Yeah, I think I was quite worse, which I did not realize.
Hmm.
Yeah, there was one big moment.
Okay, let me pull up that game. This is, yeah.
So
Which point was the big moment?
yeah, so when I played Queen F3 or something, I allowed E5.
Ah, here, e5.
Yeah, I think after this I got slightly worse,
Hmm.
but I was quite optimistic about my position for some reason. And but okay, throughout it was not that much, but there was one moment where he could get a win, I think.
He was winning, huh? You think? Okay.
Yeah, I checked with the computer later.
Let me know if I have missing that moment or
Yeah, it was much later than that.
much later. Okay. Here, check. King.
Yeah, here.
Ah, here he has to make the move.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I think I had missed this moment. Sometimes when there are many games going on, I miss. So
Mm.
black to play. What is the best move here? Chaplin Singh is very keen and has been asking since a long time. Can you ask about ECC and also playing in the same team as Nihal? So you are going to play in Tajfun team, right?
Oh, yes.
So how is
Yeah,
that
I
feeling?
went to Slovenia for that team basically last week or 2 3 weeks ago, and yeah, we have quite a strong team. Also, I get board one where I can potentially face Magnus, Anand sir,
Yeah, yeah.
and Mediaro. So
It's like there are three Indians on top boards: Anand, Harikrishna, and you. So,
yeah,
so it'll be good. Yeah, it's a very interesting. I think it's one of the strongest ECC. Like
yeah,
everyone's
it's a
playing.
pity that there are only 7 rounds.
Hmm. Correct.
9 or even 11 would have been lot more fun, but okay, what to do?
Yeah. So here, I think no one has found the move, Arjun. I think people were confused that this is white to play, so they all wrote queen takes f7, uh,
Ah, okay.
which,
Even that is a bad song, but okay.
that is also a bad move, guys. Even if that was white to play, but it's black to move, and queen e6 is the correct move here.
Yeah.
Amazing. Um, and after this, I
Yeah,
think
basically the point is I can just never win the A2 pawn because if I go like knight c3, he goes rook a3. So he forces me to take with the knight and it's an eternal pin. Yeah, he can just move the knight.
right. This is a bad position. Ah. So you had seen this during the game? Queen
No, I
e6.
did not. Luckily.
He went queen a6, and then I think you were okay. I mean, you were worse, but somehow
Yeah,
you managed.
yeah.
Okay. let's go to the game between Ivan Saric, because I think this was a very, very exciting game filled with so many ups and downs.
This actually was a bit stupid.
Sorry.
This actually was a bit stupid.
I think somewhere you were confused with the opening, like bishop a6 is the main move here, right?
Yeah, I was playing so fast that I just messed up my preparation, and it turned out to be a very big blunder.
97.
Yeah, I was supposed to go bishop a6, king f3, knight e7, but I just blitzed out knight e7.
Huh.
And immediately after playing, I was like, oh my god, what did I do? And I thought I should continue to bluff, otherwise, he would just get the psychological factor. So I immediately blitzed out bishop c5 as well. And I assume he thought this is something I prepared.
Hmm.
I think he fell for the bluff and maybe wanted to get me out of theory and played queen b3. I was quite relieved to
And
see
then you
that.
are okay.
Yeah, but even after this, I played so fast. It was so stupid. Like I made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, you got a good position here.
Yeah, it's an excellent position.
And then you blend, I
And the
think,
d4 was just premature.
right.
And yeah, I did not even realize that it was premature. And b4 came.
Actually, b4 is so strong, yes?
Yeah, my knight on d4 is going to get extremely loose now.
Here, were you tensed? I don't think you were tensed. You must be tensed. You must be just still
Uh,
blitzing.
yeah, because I was I was just in that mode and I couldn't control myself. So I was just playing fast, fast, fast.
Yeah. Somehow he also didn't play it so well.
Yeah, I
And
think he had a bad day or something. And here c5 was bad.
yeah, you were able to then hold it.
My d6 ideas, but now his king is too open and c5, a3, f4, all three weaknesses.
Correct.
So we just had
So you managed to hold this one. I think one more game, yes, against. How did it feel to play against Ivanchuk? Maybe you must have seen a lot of his games when you would be growing up, or at least followed him as a player. Now you're playing against him.
No, to be honest, like when I was growing up, it was already Magnus and Anand.
Mhm.
I didn't follow many of his games, but I heard a lot of stories about him, and he's a fantastic player. So it was nice playing against him.
Yeah, but you were too good in this game. I mean, opening was unclear, something, from Trompowsky to Philidor
Yeah,
system and so on. But here, like, first you found this next move, and I think I can ask the chat, guys, what did Arjun play here? Ivanchuk has just moved his knight to b6. What did he do? Yes, and I think everyone's found this one. Well, bishop f7, Chinmay, Teal, Arav, Satyam, Varun, Ashwini, Disha, Devik, Manoj, and Kevan. Well done. Bishop f7. King takes, and now you took queen g4. What I liked a lot is that here, uh,
yeah.
queen h5 move that you found.
Oh, yes, it's just collapsing for black.
And then you found another powerful move. I think this finish was really clean.
Yeah, and also even a few months later, after rook e5, queen d1, yeah, here this was another killer move, a5.
Hmm.
He just loses a piece on it.
His knight is trapped, and what I liked is here you were blitzing out moves. You had some 8-9 minutes, but you were not even thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking when he was thinking.
Mhm. So you found these moves, and knight e4, bishop e3 takes, and he resigned. So a beautiful game by you here. Uh, and then I think one game, which last one from the preliminaries that we can look at, was your win against Christopher Yu. Were you surprised with his move h4 here?
No, I think this has been there since a while. I first got to know about it in June this year, and I think Firozji also tried something like this in the candidates.
Hmm.
So I was still in my preparation.
Also, Kasparov has played this a lot. h4. I tried to search. So, like back in the day,
Mm.
bishop a6, queen c2, c5, and I think you found
Yeah, I
all these
know
nice
it's
moves.
slow. Bishop f4 is not something that I was aware of, but it's already dubious and like it's slightly better after
Hmm.
bishop b3.
And I think this was pretty smooth win for you.
Um,
And now, then you lost a few games, but it didn't matter so much because you had already qualified to the, like, you lost to Vincent and Arjun, sorry,
um,
Anish. And then we went to the qualifiers, sorry, the knockouts. And your opponent was Christopher Yu once again. What is your thought about Christopher as a player?
yeah, he's actually very talented. I think his biggest weakness is that his openings are not so good. And if not for that, he's just tremendous. He's easily 2600 plus strength, I think. Because despite his not so good openings, he gave me a very big scare.
Hmm. I think players whose openings are not good and are still very strong can become strong very quickly because sort of learning openings is about, getting the right guidance, working with the right people.
Yeah, also it's just a matter of time. It was similar for me, in fact, around 2019, 2020.
Correct. And I think who was it that you worked with that really helped you become stronger at openings?
So for the openings, nobody really helped me as such. She did not used to tell how important it is to be strong at openings, but I never really took it seriously until I actually realized it by myself,
Hmm.
which happened in 2020. No, in fact, it happened in year tournament where I lost to Nihal in the Super Juniors Cup. So after that, I realized I should be better prepared in general.
Hmm. I think December months are very critical, yeah, in your life in general. you
Uh,
make you
definitely.
make big decisions in December.
Yeah.
So who knows what will this December hold? By the way, before we go to this game, Prasad Gaming has asked this question, and I know you don't answer such questions generally, but still, because you are here, he has asked. I have a son who is 5 years old. How do I start teaching him chess? How can I increase his interest? What do you think, Arjun? Any ideas?
I don't know. I feel like it's not a good. This is just what I think. Like, if they're naturally interested, it's a good thing. And if they're not, then maybe better like put them in something that they're actually interested in.
Hmm. I think when I spoke to your father, he said you were completely sort of enamored by chess. You would never leave it when you just wanted to be with chess.
Yeah, there was a period in 2018 around November. So I had exams and I decided not to do any chess and do studies full time, but it was so difficult, like 20 days. I did not even open my laptop. Those were like the hardest, toughest days in my life. Those 20 days. It was
Which
so,
period? 20 after you became a GM.
yeah, it was
Ah.
after I became a GM.
And you never told us about these things, yeah? Like your father had this thing where, he had kept in his mind 6 months only for,
Hmm.
achieving this, and you achieved it. I had no idea about all of this.
Yeah, even I got to know about it later,
Yeah.
and not when that phase was going on.
It is amazing, yeah, how you managed to sort of turn things around so quickly. This was the first game against Christopher, and black to play here. Did you think that this was winning for you, or how did you?
When I entered the weekend game, I knew that he has very good drawing chances. But I thought practically I have some chances, and he had very little time, so thought I could try this.
Hmm. So
So I
here
wasn't
he
thinking
blundered.
about the evaluation as such.
Correct. He should have come up but he went rook a1, and then you just finished him off. I think this is winning now. So
Yeah.
you cut him off, and now the e pawn follows. So that was the first win for you.
Before the wrong at the end, like king f8, e6, king e8, e7.
Sorry, king f8, e6, king e8, e7.
Yeah, his king is stalemated and he's forced to move the rook and give up the a2 pawn.
Correct. Then you won this. And then you won also the second game. No, sorry, you lost the second game.
He lost
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I had one question, Arjun. I mean, it completely boggled me. I don't want to look at your losses so much, but like f4 here, what was the logic behind it?
Yeah, this is something inexplicable, but mainly the thing was I was a bit afraid of some GF5, GF5, rook G1 stuff happening.
Hmm.
And I just wanted to be in the game. I didn't want to get mated on the spot. So I thought I would at least prolong
Close
the
it.
game. But it's such a terrible position now.
Yeah. After that, I mean, I was hoping that you would trick somehow, but there's nothing for
Yeah,
black,
the
you know?
position is so bad that it can never get good. There was no
Exactly.
trick.
Yeah, this was actually I whenever you play the dragon, there are some very interesting games that happen. I also remember your game with Ali Reza Firuja from World Blitz. It was such a tense game, that one.
Yeah, yeah, that was nice. I lost, but I still was. Quite proud of that game until a point.
Yes, and you are getting better at some point, almost close
Yeah, I
to.
was winning at some point,
Yeah,
but then blundered the rook.
I think if you would have won that game, you would have won a medal in that World Blitz because you were on the top boards.
Now possible.
Okay, coming to the tie break, it was the score was 2-2, and then we reached here this moment. I think you set up a amazing trap.
Yeah, I must have quite proud of this. No, if not for this, it's very tough to win this as white. But it feels like white is the one falling into a trap,
Hmm.
but it's actually black.
Correct. You know, I had Anish here. We were commentating together for this game, and when you played rook e1, he played knight b2, and then Anish was like, "Oh, missed." I mean, he was looking at it just this way, and then queen d2, and he instantly realized that it's actually the trapper got trapped.
Yeah.
Beautiful move, attacking the knight and the g5 pawn. So you had seen this entire sequence when you went rook e1.
Yeah, okay. I wanted to play rook c1 instead of hedge g4, but then knight b to queen d to knight c4. What's the problem?
So here knight b2, queen d2, and he can come back. And now g5 is not hanging. So you
Yeah.
first took, took, and then played this. Very nice. And then he had to save his knight. If he saved his knight, g5 is hanging. So he went here. You anyway took. And you finished it off very nicely. Yeah, beautiful. And then you went into the next semis, where you again faced Quang Liem. I think that your this game with Liem was also very very nice. The white game where you found many great moves here.
Oh, yeah. This one preparation really helped.
Till bishop e2 was prep.
Oh, it was prep until e5.
Wow. Queen f6, knight c4, ed e5.
Yeah.
And he had to go queen g7 maybe.
Yeah, queen g7, knight h4, bishop e6, something like that. The land was very complicated.
Arjun, can you tell me, like, this sort of preparation is it's possible only if you are into chess as a professional all the time, right? Because you cannot just out of the blue prepare such a line. You need to keep on building it over the years, and then you are now that you know so much about the Italian, then you build up on it.
No, this one, to be honest, I just built it like 2, 3 months ago. And before that, I was never really into Italian. I didn't really like it. But no, the fortunate thing is that we had these Olympiad camps.
Hmm.
So we were a few people, and so it was not just me, but uh, there was Srinath and a lot of people. So I think that really helped. The fact that I was not alone.
So you think that these Olympiad camps which happen have benefits which last beyond the Olympiad as well?
Yeah, definitely. And no, also like getting to work with a lot of people, Hari and we did it. It really helped me, I think.
Hmm. Right. And also the team, like, you had some
Yeah, the team
seconds.
bonding. Yeah, also the seconds, everything.
So, yeah, very cool. So that's a very important point to see that the Olympiad camps are not just for the Olympiad, it also helps beyond it. And again, this knight d7, bishop. What is bishop e4? Like, I was,
Yeah, I was proud of this.
what is this? Come on. I was looking here. See, the main thing is bishop e4 is findable move if if there is no knight f8. Like when there is a good move like knight f8, you just play it. So how did you come to bishop e4?
Yeah, so knight f8, that was my intuition as well. But then I saw the Zook d8,
Hmm.
and maybe I wasn't sure where to put my queen. Like, it's actually a tricky question. It's not so simple.
Hmm.
So I was trying to look at options which wouldn't put me in a spot like this. So then I saw that
But
instead
you
of
can
knight
do
f8,
like queen c1, no? Here or not?
queen c1 possible, but maybe knight g5, or maybe cb2, queen b2, knight g5.
Hmm.
Oh, one thing which I didn't like about queen c2 is that he gets cb2 with a tempo.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh, he can, yeah, as you said, he can also go knight g5 directly. So
Yeah.
that's why you found bishop e4. But bishop e4 moves, some people can just discard it seeing queen f2.
Yes. Yeah, that's I think important to see that queen f2 doesn't really do anything.
Right. So takes king h1 and then, yeah, again, beautifully played here, rook.
Yeah, here I actually had a better continuation, which I checked later.
Uh,
Also, what I did was good enough.
yeah, bishop e5, no, was the.
Yeah, the point is after c2, or knight f6, queen f6, and there's a very nice move here.
Okay,
Just
guys, try to find what is the best move for white here. This comes from Arjun, so it's an even more special question. White to play. Pranaya Kula, so quick, so quick. Dipankar Kamble wants to go queen g4 check. We have two moves which everyone's suggesting: queen h5 and queen g4. One is correct.
majority of the people got it.
Yeah, Queen H5, Pranay, Chesdi, Gattu, Manoj, Name, Satyam, Preeti, Manik, Huzaifa, Renu Jain. Well done. Arjun, I have this thing about the chat, which is like many people say that they use external assistance sometimes if they find some moves which even top GMs cannot. But sometimes when I do these streams, when the games are changing, quickly and I'm showing so many games, I think they are thinking on their own.
Yeah, and I think they have improved a lot thanks to all the improving chess series and everything.
But this is too much to find queen h5 and many such moves. So guys, you should all those who are finding the moves without any external assistance on your own should be proud of yourselves. Queen h5, I think this is just over.
Yeah, queen is just trapped basically. If the queen moves, queen h8 is made.
Yeah, this is a beautiful mate. And I think queen g4 doesn't work because of queen
Queen g6,
g6.
queen h4, f6, and black defense.
Right. Okay, so this was a very nice game that you played against Quang Liem, and then came this thing. So the story of it was like I was almost asleep, falling asleep that night, but then you were also trailing in that match, if I'm not mistaken, right? You were two.
No, I was never trailing.
Sorry. It ended.
Yeah, so I was winning in the third game, in fact.
Huh.
And had I won that, I could just finish it off. But I drew that one and I lost the fourth one.
Correct. So then we went into the tie break, and I was just this game was really exciting for me. Firstly, this moment, uh, were you aware of this trap, knight db5?
So I knew knight b5, but I just blitzed out my move.
uh,
Then I realized I should have done that.
because now wherever the queen, basically he doesn't have the a5 square like in the
Exactly.
game.
So now queen b6, rook d6 just traps
Ah,
the
sorry,
queen.
rook d6.
So he has to go like queen b8, which looks very ugly. And now knight d6 is a double attack as well.
Right. So when you played this, I think you realized that you have a chance here again.
Yeah. Also, another thing is that uh, so in the previous match against Christopher, and in the same match against Levon, in the very final game where I just required a draw, I was trying to play it very safe, and in the process I was playing very passive. So I told myself I would go all and just play it aggressively.
Hmm.
Don't particularly play for a draw. So I was like, okay, I just go for it.
Yeah, and knight db5. I think you played this remaining part of the game beautifully. You didn't blunder, like give him any chance anywhere. It was very sort of solid.
I think objectively there was a lot of mistakes, but for the practical blitz game,
Hmm.
especially a tense blitz game, I think it's decent quality.
Well, it was way more than decent. I think it was an amazing. From here, you just converted it beautifully.
Even here, there were some mistakes objectively, but they can be forgiven.
Right. You had mentioned in one of your interviews that after, like in between the games, you go out and you meet your family and you talk to them. So
Yeah,
are they awake till the last game? Like let's say this one must be 1:30 a.m. or something in the night.
yeah. So usually, no, my father actually returns very late home. Sometimes there are days when he returned in the morning at 7 a.m., 8 a.m.
Oh,
So, so we are quite used to being awake. Like my mother, father, everyone at home is used to being awake until very late. So
hmm.
it's not an issue.
So when you go out, they are there. Is it sort of I never played chess this way. Like my tournaments always like I would go OTB, play
Okay.
and then come back. So now online chess, I played one actually, and then after every game I would go, and not every game, but there's this break. I had played this. I'm not a GM. Then I would go and meet Amruta, who's actually looking at some lines and telling me like you should play this next time. Do you find it unusual that you can actually speak with your family members after the game and so on?
Not really, because even in OTB events, let's say we play World Rapid or World Blitz, something like this, like in a Rapid or Blitz tournament, between games you can talk to family members. Then
Correct, correct. And you like to talk to them.
yeah, especially with my mother, that really
Mhm.
motivates me.
Is your sister also there, or she's?
She's coming tonight, actually. That's why
Oh,
I'm in a very joyful mood.
oh, she's in the US, right?
No,
No.
no, she's in MBBS second year.
Okay.
She's in a college. It's RBM college. It's in Telangana,
Acha.
but not in Varangal.
So she's coming back for some days, so you will get some
Yeah,
time with her. Nice. Amazing. Kirtana is her name.
yeah, Kirtana.
Okay. Now going to the finals, because you beat Quang Liem. Just very briefly, this moment, did you feel you had a chance here?
Yeah, no, this is what hurt me the most. Like I saw G5, yet I didn't go for it. So my calculation was G5, Bishop G5, F6, Knight D7, FG5, Knight E5, GF4, Queen D2, Rook F8, Rook F1. So here there's this very important move,
Hmm.
Knight.
Okay, guys, black to play. What should you do here? Arjun has come. with this question, although he gave a small hint here.
Yeah.
You saw all this
I saw until this point.
and you didn't play it.
Yeah, that's what hurts me the
Right,
most.
right. Because I thought you missed it. You missed G5. I mean,
Um,
amazing. And let's have a look at our chat, who, of course, very strong. Well done, guys. Pranay, Manoj, Satyam, Gattu, Priti, Lakshmi, Anup, Music, Name, and Shiva. Well done, guys. So, knight takes d4. You saw this, and queen
oh no, I
takes.
missed knight takes d4.
Ah,
But I think the thing is, on a usual day, even if I don't see knight d4, I would just go for it. Like intuitively, I would feel like there's something. There should be something, and I would have gone for it, I think. But this day was a bit difficult. Maybe playing against Magnus had some effect. The Magnus effect, as they say.
how did you prepare for this match? Like, you had time the first half of the day. So, what did you do?
Uh, I mainly told myself that I shouldn't be thinking too much about the fact that I was playing against Magnus. Just try to take it as any other game. But I don't think it helped.
Do you think that sort of playing this match will help you again, like when you will face Magnus again? Because it, although it was a tough match for you, it kind of gives you experience.
Yes, it definitely does. And also, I'll probably get used to playing Magnus at some point, after which I can just play my normal game.
Hmm. Very cool. So this knight d4, queen d4, how does it work
Yeah,
here?
the point is we take on e2, attacking e5, so rook c1, let's say.
Uh-huh.
Now we take on a2 as well. So we already have 3 pawns for the piece, and a3 is a passer,
Hmm.
and dark squares are weak for white. That's just fantastic.
Right. This would have been a like, could have changed the match if this would.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it would have happened all the way until this point, but had I played g5, it perhaps could have been a
Correct.
bit different.
Correct. Okay, so this was first game, and it was a very interesting one. Then the next one, I was a little bit confused with the way in which Magnus played this. Maybe you could shed some light. What is this move, Bishop D7? I mean, it was. Is it
Yeah,
some? Did you understand why would he play Bishop D7?
so I never looked at it either, but I think the point is black just wants to castle long and try to attack on the king side.
Acha. And it's surprising, yeah. When you have played A5, still you are just going for long castling.
Yeah, because black is in Italian, in almost all the lines, black either has to play a6 or a5.
Hmm.
And with a6, it's not a good idea because then b4, a4, and everything would come.
Ah, if the pawn is back here.
But a5 actually prevents all that.
I thought if you have A5, you can at some point play B4 and open lines, but it's not enough because A file doesn't open.
That's not enough, exactly.
Got it. Okay, so this, and then we come to this moment where it was a very uncharacteristic sort of move by you to take on E3.
Not really. I actually thought I was just winning.
Acha, you thought that.
Yeah. And he also mentioned in an interview that uh, at first when he played 27, he didn't really see this detail, important detail in this position. And it's the only way to win. Otherwise, white is the one winning.
Yeah, there are all other moves are winning for you.
Yeah.
Just this one. So actually, it's easy to miss because also it's I'll ask the chat, guys. What did Magnus play here? It was a very uh, nice move. Did you see it after you played King F1, or
No, I saw it only after he played it.
did you see Knight 6 D5? Like,
I don't think so, but that doesn't work anyway.
right, that's rookie one is coming.
Yeah.
So, look at this. Chat is also fooled, yeah, this time, Arjun. They want to go Knight G4. So Guys, knight g4. Arjun has already trapped you all because here white. So now a counter question. By the way, the right move is knight 6 d5, which no one has written the right notation. But what does white do here? White to play after knight g4. What is it that Arjun had prepared? Yeah.
Yeah.
Chess D, Abhinav Kumar, Pranay, Music, Haripriya, Dipankar. Well done, guys. Knight C6 takes check, king here, and you are the one who reaches to the king first. But when he played knight 4 d5, it was over.
Yeah, the point is, after bishop d5, now black wants knight g4.
And the d file is closed. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Because check takes, there's no rook. Rook can't jump here. Okay. So this was the second game, and then the final game. I loved one move from that, although it ended in a very sort of not an eventful game. It was a draw. But here, this moment, I think Magnus also missed your next move.
Yeah, possibly. Otherwise, I don't think he would have played bishop f4.
Yeah. So guys, what did Arjun play here? Very tricky move, very nice move by him. Yes, correct was knight 4 d5. Yes, guys, last game, knight 4 d5 was the correct move. And did you think that after you found this move, you had chances in this game?
Yeah, I realized I was better, but somehow mentally it was always tough because having to beat Magnus twice like 2 times in a row, I knew it was very difficult and I kind of gave up by this point already. Although I shouldn't do that.
Mentally, yes.
Mentally, yeah.
But do you think like when had you been following like Prag's games against Magnus in the past Champions Chess Tour? Did that kind of give you that belief that yes, it's possible to beat Magnus?
Yes, that did give me belief, but on the other hand, for this tournament in particular, Magnus was like extremely motivated. And in recent times, I think he is not all that motivated. So even that put me under pressure.
You think Magnus being super motivated is an altogether different kind of a beast? Like, he plays at a maybe
Yeah,
an
I think so. In general itself, he's a beast, and if he's super motivated and he wants to win something, I think it's very tough to stop him.
Mhm. Okay, that's quite scary to hear. Yeah, when Magnus wants to win, it's tough to stop him. But Rook A5, Chess D, Dipankar, Abhimanyu, Lakshmi, Music with Charan, Muniandi, Name, Arasu, Vaibhav, Harsh Jindal. Well done, guys. So the move was Rook A5. Okay, in the end, the game was drawn, but a beautiful move by Arjun here. Was well found by him. And Arjun, maybe a final note on this match, which is the finals, because I what I found in this game was simply, I think this was one of the best games I've seen by Magnus, because this was the position on the board, and to find this sort of queen c7 c5 idea, allowing bishop b5, understanding that king is okay on d8, that's really did you find that surprising, or you were like, okay, that's normal?
Yeah, it's actually a tremendous understanding. Like only when he played Queen C7, then I realized that he can actually play C5 and allow Bishop B5.
Hmm.
But
You,
before that, I didn't.
even when this happened, I was telling Amruta that okay, maybe the engines are shouting, plus for black, but as Arjun, I mean, he would definitely play this, and king is in the center, but there's
Yeah,
nothing
but
much, yeah.
yeah, now the thing is, I have to take DC5. I have no other option. And after Queen C5, he gets a tempo. He hits my bishop.
Right.
So I didn't go for this. And yeah, it's a good game by Magnus, but also I was missing a lot of stuff this game. Like, for instance, when he played B3,
Yes, here. Yes. Yeah, I was surprised you didn't find knight c3 here.
yeah, it didn't even cross my mind. Like out of desperation, at least I should find it,
Exactly.
but I didn't.
Yeah, this I get it. As you said, some Magnus effect, some fine. I mean, there are many things. So, but it's amazing that you reach the finals in such a strong field, and you beat so many players. Because as we can see here, this is what we had prepared. Looks nice, yes, Arjun.
Yeah, very cool thumbnail. Related to Mahabharata, I guess.
Yeah, it's you as Arjun, and all the players whom you beat are there on the thumbnail. So
All the players that I beat. Okay,
correct. So that's
that's something I did not realize.
yeah, yeah. And that's why we didn't put everyone. Those who
Mm.
beat you are not there.
Okay.
So, Arjun, before we wrap up this interview, there's one small segment which we have. I had asked people if they could send in some questions. So, I've selected a few.
Sure.
Would it be okay for you to answer them?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Okay. And before we go there, I want to just talk about one moment which is my personal favorite moment of your career till date, because I mean, your career is still going to go a long way. But, and I have never, I think, never spoken about it with you. Um is this event where you played at the Aeroflot Open 2016? You were at that point 13 years old or 12 to
Mm.
13 years old, and this is your mom. We've just gotten out of the airport. It's cold out there, around 0 degrees, so she's putting this on. What are your memories of that event? Because I pulled out the result sheet, and you lost the first 6 rounds, then you got a bye, then you beat a GM, then you played Alex the Sarana, you lost. Just take us through your that event, because it's so difficult when you lose 6 games in a row.
Yeah, so this was just my third time going abroad. Until then, I only played in India, and the first two were like Asian Youth and World Youth. So it's my first open tournament outside of India. That too, Aeroflot A group. So okay, I used to follow Firozja back then itself, and I saw that he was playing in the A group,
Ah.
and that motivated me to play in the A group as well. It was not easy to get entry in the A group, but I managed to get it, and I was motivated, and also I had a big jump recently. I was like 22:38, and I had just reached 23:79. I was quite overrated, but I hadn't realized it at that point, and I was super excited to play in such a strong field. Like even if I lose, I would get higher rated
Yeah.
GM and all.
You were the last seed, I believe.
Yeah, I was the last seed.
You
And
did you not feel scared, like, why should I play this? B group is also there. That is also 2,500 players were there. So that, yeah, there
yeah,
also you had
that
chances.
was a very strong, but like being the last seed, it just motivated me a lot. The fact that I would get all 9 on 9 higher rated opponents, it it motivated me to play in the A group. And as the tournament progressed, I realized maybe it was not the best idea to do what I did. Um, but I remember even in the last game, Sadhana had actually offered me a draw at some point, but I went for the win and ended up losing.
Hmm.
So, okay, despite the tournament not going so well, like in retrospect, I think it was a good move to play in the group.
Because it helped you to learn a lot.
Yes, I played. Like, everyone was just stronger than me, so it really helped me.
I think in a way, if you think about it, when you were 2,300, that was the event that you played, which was very tough. Now you played with Magnus, which was very tough, and it always helps to play stronger opposition, and it helps you to improve.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, I think people in the chat, someone is asking, how is this the most memorable? I think more than memorable, it's like inspiring. And all of you who are out there who are playing tournaments and are afraid that, oh, I'm not strong enough to play, you can draw inspiration from Arjun, who played in Aeroflot A, where there were players, the cutoff was 2,500, and he played with a rating of 2379. So that's 121 elo points less. So Arjun, let's go to a few questions here. Um, and by the way, yesterday your match with Radjabov was insane.
No, this was just pure stupidity from my side. I don't know why, but since the very first game, I was playing so bad. I was missing a lot of moves, and especially the second game, I could just get a nice 4-3 position, which I could never lose. And
Yeah,
I
yeah, you
missed.
played bishop e3. You were like, okay, I don't want the pawn on d5, and
Yeah, okay. There is some explanation behind it, but it doesn't make sense. And also, the game which I won, even that was very bad,
mm,
extremely poor quality. Okay, Uh, I felt like I didn't even deserve to, like, even if it went all the way until Armageddon, I wouldn't deserve to win the match.
correct. But that moment with rook f7, rook c2, and no, which was it? Like that pawn, and he sacrificed his rook, and
Ah,
then you
yeah,
played.
because yes,
Yeah.
yeah. In fact, I was dead just after 3 games, but I got another life.
Okay, but it's. I think that it was. We thought that you must be tired after Champions Chess too. That's why you were playing that way.
No, it was certainly not tiredness, but maybe it just happens once in a while.
Correct.
I'm not too sure, honestly.
Okay, let's go to the first question here. Stephen Joe says it would be cool if you could ask him how he trained to reach that level, the number of hours per day, the method he used, the themes that he practiced. This question
Yes.
had the most number of likes, like people wanted to know.
So I think in my case, it was not systematic at all. So most of the time, I used to spend playing online. I used to play a lot on chess.com against some grandmasters, strong players, and that's what has helped me the most. Working on openings and stuff like that, I picked up in 2020 and afterwards. But what actually helped me develop my intuition and everything is the fact that I played online so much.
Hmm. So in a way, a lot like Nihal also. Yeah, he also played a lot online and he learned
Yeah.
from that.
Also, Magnus himself mentioned this, and I saw one of his chess.com uh, reviews or something like that.
Hmm.
He also mentioned this playing a lot would help.
Got it. So I think guys, playing a lot, and then do you analyze the like? Do you sort of think about those games?
Yeah, so then I used to analyze very few, like which I found interesting. But nowadays I've analyzed almost every single game.
Now you analyze it. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next question. Khushi Gupta says, first of all, congratulations, Arjun, for everything you have been achieving recently. My question is, you are seen to keep a straight face even in the most exciting positions. Does that come naturally to you out of respect for other players, or you have worked on that aspect?
Uh, Thank you. So yeah, it just comes naturally to me. I haven't really worked on it. And sometimes I do emote, but I think it's very little and it just comes naturally.
Yeah, your emotions, whenever you emote, we wait for that moment. So that's really amazing. Swayam MS says, congratulations, Arjun sir. Can you please tell how we can balance both studies and chess in our life?
Thank you. So yeah, it's not easy to balance both, and it's fine until a point when you are young. But let's say we are around 10th intermediate, and it's a tricky decision for everyone, and one has to take a choice. I feel it's better to just quit one and go all in the other one. If
Mm,
if you feel like you can do well in it, if you have the confidence, because as the time progresses, gradually both start to get tougher and tougher. So it would only get more and more difficult to manage both.
right, right. So
And
that,
don't call me sir, by the way.
sorry?
Like I'm just saying, don't call me sir.
Don't, don't call me sir. But this is an important point by Arjun, that if you feel confident enough, you can take that decision, but you should feel confident about it. Going to the next one, Meena Srinivasan says, congratulations, Arjun. Thank you for being so humble and responding to our messages on social platforms. It's kind of feel like you are our family. Want to know, what did you learn from the last two tournaments that you had, and which is your favorite game in last 2 months? Huge fan to your chess and for the person that you are, Meena.
Thank you. So, I think so my major learnings have been, I realized that quite often I'm too optimistic about my position.
Hmm.
So, like even when I'm worse, I feel like I still would be able to win. Maybe optimism is good, but it also is bad sometimes. So that's something I have learned. And my games, okay, I loved my game against Navara,
Hmm.
and also I'm a huge fan of my game against Wang Hao from Abu Dhabi.
Ah. Would you say that is your favorite game, like, or would you say Dominguez game is your which one would you choose between Wang Hao and Dominguez?
Probably I would go with the Wang Hao game
Okay.
because I just outplayed him with black, that too in exchange Slav,
Hmm.
which is like very symmetric and drawish in nature.
And also he's a very good positional player.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's true that he was not at his best, but still.
Amazing. Okay, here's a next question for you. This is by Himank. He says, congratulations for all the amazing things which you are doing, Arjun. An apt nickname for you is the Wonder Kid from Warangal. I wanted to ask you, is making non chess playing friends a bit difficult? What are some of the other things you are interested in apart from chess?
Thank you. Yes, so yes, at least for me, like I don't have many non-playing chess friends. Like I have like 3 or 4. That too, I'm not in touch with them so often as I'm with my chess friends. But and what's the other question? Sorry?
The what are the other things that you are interested in? Like,
Um,
what are some
mm,
of the other things apart from chess?
yeah, so recently I started reading books, athletic books, and that's something I find quite helpful. And also, I'm into films a lot, especially Tollywood.
Ah, so which book are you reading right now?
I'm reading this, The Champion's Mind.
Can you show us? Is it there?
Yeah, here it is.
The Champion's Mind by Jim F. Oh, how great athletes think, train, and thrive. Okay, so this and it helps you to sort of improve your thinking.
Yeah, I think so. At least I believe it does.
Got it. I think there's one question about movies, so I'm not going to ask you your favorite movies. Next question is by Manan Goyal. He asks, does he think that he improved during the last year or so? If yes, how does that work? Do you get that eureka moments during games or practice that significantly enhance your game? Or is it a gradual process with trivial changes that you realize after a certain period of time?
Yes, so firstly, I think in my case, I was probably quite strong before the pandemic itself, but I was a bit underrated. But definitely, I think I improved quite a lot in the past 1 to 2 years. Okay, one thing is the confidence aspect. The fact that I got to mainly it started with my match against Levon. The fact that I got to play against all the strong players and I matched them, it gave me a lot of confidence,
Hmm.
and that's something really helped. And also the process of just playing a lot of tournaments, analyzing those games, rectifying the mistakes, and I think that helps me a lot. So since 1 year, I have been playing nonstop almost, and whenever I get time, I just analyze those games and work on opponents. That's it.
Do
And
you
I
do
think
it with someone, analysis of game, or on your own?
sometimes with someone, sometimes myself, and I think that process really helps me.
Got it. And Arjun, generally I've seen players are in two categories. Some are that they cannot work alone. They always need a partner or a coach to work with. Some are very self-motivated, can work on their own a lot. Which one do you fall into?
Mm, I would prefer if there is someone, but also I can do by myself quite comfortably.
It's not like you, if you are alone, you don't practice at all. That's not the
Yeah.
case. that that wouldn't work at this level. Prudvi Neni says, what areas of his game does he feel are his weaknesses, and is he planning to work on those with any expert? What other activity is he interested in, and that helps him to calm down during these stressful matches?
Mm, yes. So, okay, one thing I have realized is that my greed, it put like it gets me into trouble quite a lot. And so we have these Waka classes, and also there are some one-on-one classes with some trainers. So I'm looking into that with girlfriend self,
Hmm.
and that's it about the first one.
And
And
what are the activities that you do to calm down during stressful matches?
yeah, that I'm not sure actually. I don't do anything specific. I used to do meditation at some point.
Ah, really?
Yeah, earlier this year, but it's stopped now. Okay, that did help.
So why did you stop it if it was?
I don't know, just
It's also tough, yeah, to keep it going. It's not the easiest thing.
not easy. And yeah, also I talk to my parents,
Hmm.
family, and my mother in particular a lot.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, speaking to your parents, I realized how invested your mom is. She remembered every single detail, like the year, the month, what was the rating, exact rating number. That was all in her mind.
Also, I'm very attached to my family and my
Correct.
mother.
Karim Mohammed says, I would like to know who is Arjun inclined towards in the upcoming World Championship between Nepo and Ding.
I am inclined towards Ding, uh, also partially because of the fact that he, like in the pandemic, he just missed a lot of opportunities. Firstly, he couldn't play in
Correct.
Grand Slam, he couldn't play in Grand Prix, and it's a deserving thing that he got into the candidates. And even there, maybe due to lack of practice, like, prac- I mean, the games, I'm not sure, but he had a bad start, and despite that, he overcame that and he finished second. So, okay, it's not a good thing for chess that Magnus decided not to play, but I'm happy for Ding that he gets to play.
Do you find yourself a little bit similar to Ding, because he's also very soft spoken, you are also very soft spoken?
Yeah, recently Setu made this point actually, and I feel like it's true.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I interview Ding and you, it's very similar. Also, you both have a similar smile and so on. Okay, let's go to the next question. Rohit Singh says, as we know, Magnus is one of the brilliant minds that we have in the chess world, and recently you competed with him and played a few games. What do you think it would cost you to become like him, or to compete on sort of equal terms with him?
I'm not sure honestly, but maybe just improving. If I keep improving and get this valuable experience, I think at some point one day I can play at his level.
Amazing. Okay, here's the next question. Megha asks, first of all, big congratulations to Arjun. We saw your biggest achievements after the lockdown and they were truly sky high. We wholeheartedly appreciate each of them. It is said it's all quiet before the storm. So I'd like to ask, what were the most important things that you worked hard in the lockdown? I think you mentioned this, that you worked on a few things. And how difficult was it to choose the best training materials and the correct way to work on your weaknesses and get better every single day? Megha is
And
a young, talented girl, and I think this your answer can help her.
Okay. Yeah, so as I mentioned already, in the pandemic I realized that my openings should get better, and I spent a lot of time working on openings with Indians. I Before that, okay, not like British, but I also used to spend very little time with the Indian. And in the pandemic, I spent a lot of time, and I think opening it was my biggest, like
Correct.
it used to be my weakness, and it turned to become my strength after the pandemic.
Mm.
So that's one thing I would say.
Yeah. I mean, working hard on something can make your weakness into your strength. Fab asks, biggest fan of Arjun here. My question to Arjun, how do you keep motivating yourself to work more and more harder? Doesn't it feel exhausted at any moment?
Thank you. So yeah, it does feel, but I do it in a way that I enjoy. Like I wouldn't overstress myself for anything of that sort. Like if I feel like I'm no longer enjoying it, I would take a break or stop for a while,
Mm.
do something else, and come back to it when I feel like I'm enjoying it.
Got it. Aradhya Garg, who is a very strong player, asks, hello Arjun, good evening. Wanted to ask you, how do you face the challenge of facing some players who may not be elite players but also quite strong? For example, 2550s or 2600s. As an example, how do you approach in playing tournaments like Abu Dhabi, Dubai? And follow up question, how is your preparation for open events different from knockout matches or round robin events? Thanks.
Hello. So, oh yes, when I think that's the most around 25 to 2600 players. Uh, I cannot really afford to make draws with them, and at the same time, they are very strong. So if I take too much risk, they are quite capable of beating me. So it's not simple, and so when I prepare, I try to prepare in such a way that I would get some position with a lot of imbalances, and whether if I'm playing at 2700 or 2750, I would be fine to get a very solid position which doesn't have any imbalances.
Hmm,
So I think that's the main difference in approach.
got it. Falilu Kita says, what is your daily chess training routine? We have answered that. If you could recommend a few books, not 5 to 10, that helped you reach next level and believe that will help to a chess player to take their game to the next level, what books would you recommend?
This is something I'm not good at. Mm, I remember checking Agar's book Calculation
Hmm,
and also Gelfan's book. They have been helpful, but I'm not sure if it's for them, if these books are for
amateurs, yeah.
amateurs. So yeah, yeah, I'm not so good at it. Sorry,
Right,
I'm not the
right.
right person to ask.
But I don't think you have heavily worked on books for your improvement.
Not into them at all.
I was also, I got to know from Srinath that you would not study so many classical games also, like of the past.
Yeah. No, in fact, there's a period when I was not even aware of some of the world champions.
Do you plan to at any point just sit and go through some games of the past masters? Do you think it will help you?
Probably would, but I would do when I feel like
Hmm, correct.
I would.
As you have said, you want to do things when you enjoy them.
Exactly.
Mary Arutunian says, "What's your favorite music, Arjun? Do you watch TV shows? I am so curious what a life of a young genius looks like."
Yeah, so I used to watch TV shows, but not anymore nowadays. But I'm into films a lot,
Hmm.
and yeah, this music. So I'm mostly into Tollywood films, and there's one recent film called Sita Raman. I think it's also in Hindi now, and the music from that film, I just loved it.
Sita
It's
Raman.
Sita Raman. Yeah,
Okay, I'm going to hear it after
yeah,
this.
not just the music, but also the whole film and everything related to it. I loved it so much.
So you watch these action movies, yes, in Tollywood or?
Uh, all no, that's not an action film actually. That's more like a love story, and I don't have any preferences, but probably I would incline towards love stories.
Hmm, amazing. Okay. And do you have like this is your favorite movie right now? Okay.
Yeah.
And let's have a look. If someone has asked favorite Telugu hero,
I like Tarak NTR quite a lot.
NTR. Okay, got it. So the last question now. We want to hear Arjun speaking a few lines in Telugu. Lokanadam Yadav says, or maybe ask his favorite Telugu actor, which we did. Please, Sagarwai. Okay, maybe
Mm.
just a final words to the audience in Telugu.
Yeah. Taggedele.
What did you say?
That's a dialogue from a very famous Telugu film.
And what is it?
It's like nowhere we are going down, something like that.
Oh, and how do you say it?
Taggedele.
Tagga delay.
Yeah. Have you watched Pushpa?
Ah, yes, yes.
Yeah. Exactly that dialogue.
Ah, okay, so that one. And in
Yeah.
Telugu, it's different. And because I remember that last time when you were here, they made a Pushpa reference, which was like Arjun is fire, not
Uh,
flower, something like that.
yeah, that's another dialogue.
झुकेगा नहीं अच्छा ओ झुकेगा नहीं got it
Right.
got
Yes.
it amazing well Arjun it was a pleasure hosting you here looking through your games getting into your mind also trying to you answered so patiently so many questions so thank you so much
Thank you, and it was nice being here.
and Arjun you'll go down to ECC and after that
So after that, I'll be playing in the next Champions Festival event. So yeah, over the board and especially class. Actually, I have only one classical tournament for the entire year.
now
Yeah, after ECC, I don't have any classical tournaments, but there are some over the board events like Tata Steel India and
yes
World
that
Blitz.
is rapid and blitz world rapid and blitz also will happen and then you will play in the Vaikanze because you qualified last year from challengers
Yeah,
so that will be a big event coming up well we are very excited Arjun and super proud of all your achievements keep going
thank you. Bye.
bye guys that was Arjun Erigaisi with us it was great to have him here and thank you all for being here okay David Varghese has says Thagadele okay maybe we should use that when he next beats some top players Megha Patra says it would be great to watch Arjun in Kolkata. Guys, Tata Steel Chess India is happening in Kolkata from 29th November to 4th December. Make sure that if you are in Kolkata, you be there. If you are in India, please plan it. It's going to be an epic event because there are going to be young Indian stars. There are going to be top world class players. There are also going to be top female players who are going to come there. So it's going to be a fantastic event. So please do plan it and yes there are going to be great players I think I don't want to reveal it they will reveal it who the players will be but I hope you enjoyed this session and I will be back tomorrow with more we have I think some interviews lined up tomorrow with the world champions of world cadets but for now I'll leave you with this very nice picture of Arjun, very inspiring player. And I think something which we should all learn from Arjun is not just his chess, but also his humility. He's one of the best in the world, but even then, very grounded, very calm, very, very well spoken. I think that's a lot to learn from him. Take care, guys. I'll see you all later. Bye bye.